Have you ever loved someone so deeply, held on so tightly, prayed so hard that they'd stay, only to watch them slip away like sand falling through your fingers? Or maybe you've chased a dream so long that even the thought of letting it go feels like cutting out a piece of your soul. What if I told you that sometimes the only way to truly find peace is to let go? Now, before you click away, ask yourself this: how much of your life are you holding hostage to things you can't change? How many nights have you stared at the ceiling, replaying the past, or fearing what's next? What if the weight that's crushing your chest isn't the world around you, but the grip you refuse to loosen? This is not just another motivational video. This is a wake-up call, a doorway, a quiet revolution. The truth is, the art of letting go isn't weakness. It's not failure. It's not defeat. It's strength. Deep, mature, liberating strength that ancient philosophers and Stoic minds understood centuries ago. Strength that the world has forgotten. We live in a time where holding on is seen as noble. We're told to fight harder, push further, never quit. But no one teaches us when to surrender. Not to give up, but to grow up. No one tells us that letting go doesn't mean losing. It means choosing. Choosing freedom over fear, peace over control, sanity over obsession. You see, the more we hold on to something that doesn't want to stay, the more we bleed. Whether it's a relationship, a job, a dream, or an old version of yourself, you can't force life to obey your expectations. You can only control how you meet it when it changes. And believe me, it will change. Everything changes. That's not a threat, it's the most honest promise life can make. The Stoics believed that freedom begins the moment we stop trying to control the uncontrollable. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not. Your thoughts, your reactions, your decisions, those are yours. But the weather, other people, the past, the outcome of your efforts, those are not." So why do we spend so much energy trying to rewrite the things that are already written? Why do we chain our happiness to things that were never in our hands to begin with? Think about this. Have you ever been in a room full of people, but your mind is somewhere else? Trapped in what-ifs and should-haves? That's the pain of attachment. It's not always obvious. Sometimes it's silent, soft, and slow, like a smile you wear to hide the ache in your chest. You tell yourself it's okay, that holding on makes you strong. But strength without peace is just silent suffering. There's an old proverb that says, "Let go or be dragged." And many of us are being dragged by memories, by guilt, by fear of being alone, by the illusion that things will go back to the way they were. But they won't. And the sooner we accept that, the sooner we begin to heal. Healing doesn't start when you forget. It starts when you accept. When you stop fighting the truth and start living with it. Letting go isn't about erasing the past. It's about respecting it enough to leave it where it belongs. You can love someone and still let them go. You can be proud of a dream and still walk away. You can grieve and grow at the same time. Pain doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're alive. And being alive means knowing when it's time to move forward, even if your heart wants to stay. Close your eyes for a moment and think about something you've been holding on to. A face, a moment, a plan, a mistake. Picture it. Now ask yourself, is this still serving me? Is this making me stronger, freer, wiser? Or is it draining me, blinding me, keeping me small? Sometimes we don't even realize how tightly we're clinging to things until they're gone, and we feel the ache in our empty hands. But that ache is not a punishment. It's an invitation, a whisper from the universe asking you to finally breathe, finally rest, finally release. The Stoics practiced something called preparation for loss. They reminded themselves daily that nothing is permanent. not love, not wealth, not youth, not even breath. At first, this might sound cold, but in truth, it's the warmest way to live. Because when you realize everything is temporary, you start to cherish it more. You stop taking people for granted. You forgive faster. You speak softer. You waste less time chasing perfection and start appreciating the moment. Imagine how different your life would be if you weren't afraid to let go. If you could trust that even in loss, there is wisdom. Even in endings, there is beauty. You see, letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're choosing not to be controlled by what you can't change. It means making space for what's next. Because life is always whispering what's next, but you can't hear it if you're too busy clinging to what's gone. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." That's not indifference. That's power. Real power. The kind that doesn't depend on outside things to feel whole. The kind that says, I can love fully, give generously, work hard, but I will not be owned by the outcome. I will do my part and release the rest. It's not easy. Letting go may be the hardest thing you'll ever do, especially when your heart is involved, especially when the future feels uncertain. But the truth is, it's always uncertain. We just pretend it's not. We build routines and expectations like scaffolding around our lives. But one gust of fate, and it all comes crashing down. That's not a tragedy, it's a reminder. A reminder that peace is not in the plan, but in your presence. Not in control, but in courage. Courage to feel without being overwhelmed. To cry without shame. To say goodbye with grace. To start again with hope. Because letting go is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new one. One where you are no longer the prisoner of your past, but the architect of your freedom. So next time your heart breaks, don't run from it. Sit with it. Listen to it. Ask it what it's trying to teach you. Sometimes pain doesn't mean you did something wrong. Sometimes it's just the price of being real, being open, being human. And being human means facing change, facing loss, facing yourself. Don't confuse letting go with not caring. Letting go means you've decided to stop carrying things that were never yours to bear. It means you've learned the difference between holding on out of love and holding on out of fear. Love is open. Love lets breathe. Fear clings. Fear suffocates. Ask yourself, what is driving your grip? Life will always ask you to let go, not to punish you, but to prepare you for new love, new dreams, new strength. But you can't receive what's next if your hands are full of yesterday. So unclench, breathe, and trust that what's meant for you will stay, not because you forced it, but because it's aligned with who you're becoming. And that's the real art of letting go. It's not about losing something. It's about becoming someone. Becoming the kind of person who can face life with open hands, not clenched fists. Who can love deeply without needing possession. Who can live fully without needing guarantees. This isn't just about heartbreak or failure. This is about peace. Deep, unshakable, quiet peace that comes when you finally realize that you were never supposed to control everything. That peace has been waiting, patiently, for you to stop fighting the current and start floating with it. And maybe, just maybe, when you stop holding on so tight, you'll finally rise. So now, ask yourself one more time, what do I need to let go of today? A name? A memory? An outcome? A belief? A fear? Whatever it is, release it. Not because you're weak, but because you're ready. Ready to breathe. Ready to grow. Ready to live free. And if this message stirred something in you, hold on to that feeling, not with fear, but with gratitude. Because that feeling is truth waking up inside you. Don't silence it. Feed it. Let it guide you. And when life calls you to let go again, and it will, you'll remember, letting go is not falling, it's flying. And you, my friend, were born to fly.